Good day, everyone. This is Tumelo Duke Rasebopye. I am from the University of Pretoria's Institutional Transformation Office. Some of you may know us under the banner of #SpeakOutGP. Today, I have a guest from the Department of Security Services. We have Mrs Nthane here, who will be talking to us about security services' role in the reporting of anti-discrimination cases and sexual and gender-based violence cases. Welcome to Empowering Voices, Ms. Nthane. Could you tell us what the Security Services Department does on a day-to-day basis?
Thank you for having me, for inviting me to this interview. My name is Mrs Nthane from the Department of Security in the University of Pretoria. Our department, the aim and the role of our department is to make sure that our students and the staff members, they are in a safe environment, and we ensure that is a zero tolerance for any crime that can happen around our vicinity. So the Department of Security is a visible department that makes sure that the students are in a secure and a learning environment, and also the staff, including the contractors and visitors.
Great. And how does one report an incident with security services?
Behind your student card or your staff card, there's a number that is written there. If anyone wants to report a crime that had happened or that is in occurrence, you can phone that number behind your student card, which is 012-420-2310. And also, our department's doors are always open. We have our investigation unit. We have our operational management center, whereby anyone who wants to report crime can come there and lay a charge or report a crime that has already happened. From the Department of Security, we have different departments. The operational center is a 24-hour operational center where there's always police, the security officers that are posted there. And we have the investigation unit that contains the 3 investigators and 1 manager. So when a person wants to open a criminal case, you can come to our office. We have the whole documentation to assist in opening a criminal case. And we'll help in obtaining the affidavit, and will liaise with the South African Police Services. It depends on where the crime had occurred. So our offices are open for that, and the investigation is a broad investigation that can start from there, from opening the case until the case goes to court.
Thank you. And what role does security services play once an incident of anti-discrimination or sexual and gender-based violence is reported?
Yeah, this is so sensitive in a way that the gender-based violence cases are really a pandemic in South Africa. So most of the time, like, we treat these cases in a sensitive way. It depends on the reporting procedure. If the victim or survivor comes to us and report a case, for example, rape, we'll assist in obtaining an affidavit, and we can accompany the survivor to the Thuthuzela Center for Medical Assistance, and also refer the survivor for counseling. So it depends, especially on cases of rape. When it happened when you report it within 72 hours from the time of occurrence, then we escort you to Thuthuzela Center, where you're going to get the medical assistance there. You'll get the medication, including the PEP treatment, and therefore you'll get the counseling. But if it happens after, you report it after 72 hours, then we can even escort you to Thuthuzela, but the procedure is not the same. They're not going to give you the medication. The doctor will only examine you and complete the J88 form, which is the judicial form that is going to be used as evidence at court. And it will depend from the survivor whether you want to open a criminal case or you want the university to investigate the matter. Because sometimes it can be, the perpetrator can be our student, and internal procedures can be taken thereon. So it depends on the survivor whether you want to open a criminal case or you want both the criminal and the disciplinary matters. So from obtaining the affidavit, we'll compile a report after we approach the perpetrator and hear his or her own version as to what happened. Then there will be recommendations on the report and we send the matter to the transformation office. But during those processes, we'll ensure that the survivor gets the counseling so that it will be a support matter in which he can or she can be able to stand trial, maybe at court or during the disciplinary hearing. So these are sensitive cases, especially the gender-based violence cases. We treat them with caution, and we make sure that the survivor is always protected. So we work hand in hand with the Speak Out, we work hand in hand with the SAPS, we work hand in hand with the judicial, which is the prosecutors. And we work hand in hand with Thuthuzela Center, where there is a doctor and the counselors and the nurses there. And the ER ambulance also is there, whereby it can be called to transport the survivor to Thuthuzela or to provide medical attention thereon.
Thank you. You've mentioned some of the services that people can access through security services. What other kinds of assistance and service can one get from security services in relation to maybe opening cases with the South African Police Services or getting a protection order?
As I already stated that from the investigation unit, we are able to assist in opening a criminal case. The complainant or the survivor can come to our offices or we can come to wherever you are to assist you in opening a criminal case and escort you to the police station so that the case can be registered. And in terms of the protection order, we can provide transportation to Fisagi Street, where there is a court whereby you can apply for a protection order. Because a protection order, it will need the survivor himself or herself to go and apply. There will be an affidavit that the survivor is going to write, and there's a form that is going to be completed. As soon as the protection order is being completed and being approved, it will be given to the survivor, and the survivor will take it to the police station, to the nearest police station where the perpetrator is residing, so that it can be served by the police in the presence of the survivor. So that is the process of the protection order.
Cool. And when someone has opened now a case with SAPS, how does that affect their investigation at GP?
The University of Pretoria doesn't rely on the South African police decision. Actually, it's not the South African police decision. The case will go to the judicial. It doesn't rely on the end result of the criminal case. If we opened maybe the criminal case and we are busy with our internal processes are solely it's not depending on what the judicial will say. If ever they withdraw the case, then we also withdraw the case. Because on our side, internally, they look at the balance of probabilities. And thereby the judicial side, they look at them beyond reasonable grounds. So it can be that the case that side, on the criminal side, maybe the perpetrator is not found guilty, maybe it's acquittal, but on our side, we can find the perpetrator guilty. So we don't rely on the decision that is taken on the judicial side. Hence on, we work hand in hand, but we don't rely on their decision.
Thank you. And how do you protect complainants from retaliation or intimidation once they've reported a case?
As soon as the complaint reach our office, as soon as we obtain the affidavit from the complainant or the survivor, we will warn the perpetrator not to intimidate or influence the complainant or the witnesses in any way. So meaning that warning is the tool that we use in order that the perpetrator couldn't influence or intimidate the witnesses not to go forth with the case or either to withdraw the case. So we'll ensure that we make follow-up, like from the victim, if ever there's no threats that were uttered or sent to her, to make sure that the case is successful. So the warning that we give to the perpetrator is the tool that we make sure that our survivors are safe.
Thank you so much for all this information. Is there anything else that you would like to share about your interventions with the UP community?
From the Department of Security, I would like to send this message that this university has zero tolerance for any crime that happens, especially in our campus or the sports centers. So we'll ensure that our staff members and the students are given the best services that they can ever expect. So the security in the University of Pretoria is, we make sure that we give our utmost best in securing the staff and the property of the university. So our offices, our doors are opened. If they want to report, they are welcome to come and report. They mustn't be afraid to come to the Department of Security. The Department of Security is user-friendly.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nthane. And to everyone listening, I hope you found this podcast informative. Please do continue to check our website and tune in for more.